Howdy, neighbors. David here. And today on Boondock Stallions, we're going to be talking about Friday the 13th. I'm sorry, I was just thinking about Friday the 13th because it's my favorite horror franchise. Today on Boondock Stallions, we're going to be talking about A Nightmare on Elm Street. Particularly, I would like to talk about the history of Freddy Krueger. Now, before we get started, go ahead and give this video a like and subscribe. It's just right there. I know it. I can see the little button. Just hit it. I know you want to. All your friends are doing it. Don't you want to be cool? You want to be cool. Anyways, so A Nightmare on Elm Street. We've all known the history with Freddy Krueger. We've all known that Freddy had a thing for killing kids, and he made quite a career out of it before the parents of Springwood found him out, tracked him down, and burned him alive and sent him screaming to hell, which is pretty much where he needed to be anyways. But up until the remake, we never actually got a clear answer as to whether or not Freddy was doing anything other than murdering them inappropriate with the kids. Now, it's been said many a times that he takes the kids certain places, he kills them. This is where he takes us. He took them to the boiler room. He took them to the basement of his house. He took them to his job. The boiler room was where he worked. It was where he made a living, and he would murder them. But there was never any reports of him actually doing anything sexual or more inappropriate than killing kids with the kids. So where did this lore come from? I genuinely have no idea. I've just recently watched all of the movies as I was getting ready to put together another theory, which I'll be posting later this week, because I think that Springwood is actually on a hellmouth, much like the city from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the TV show, not the movie. And so I really wanted to explore some more of that. And I ended up rewatching some of the movies, working my way all the way to New Nightmare. And so, and actually it just occurred to me the New Nightmare does need to be a part of the canon. So I'm actually going to continue with that. Anyways, sorry. Sidetrack. But where exactly did we get the idea that Freddy was touching these kids? Because it's never implicitly mentioned in any of the movies until we get to the remake. Now, the thing about the 2010 remake is that it's awful. It is just an awful movie. It had horrible writing. It had horrible acting. The only part about the movie that was any good, honestly, was Jackie Earle Haley. And I know that a lot of people were not happy with them recasting Freddy, but it's a remake. The whole point is to get another actor in and see what they can do with the role. And I think that Jackie Earle Haley was onto something. He just lacked he had a horrible story, a horrible movie, an awful supporting cast, except for Clancy Brown. He's always awesome. You know, there can be only one, the Kurgan. And so my thoughts on this were, who started the rumor? Was there any evidence in any of the other movies that he was touching the kids that I may have overlooked in doing my own reports? I'm not entirely sure. I'd really like to know what you think down in the comments. If anybody has the time and does actually like watching deleted scenes, get the remake on Blu-ray and check out the alternate ending. It's almost exactly the same as it was in the theatrical release. The only difference is the final scene between Freddy and Nancy. Jackie Earle Haley is just him without any of the special effects makeup or CGI holes in his face. It's just his face, unburned, untarnished, and he actually gives one of the scariest, creepiest performances I've ever seen as Freddy. And had they followed that line, the movie might have actually been salvageable. Also, what are your take on horror movie remakes? I'm not a particularly big fan of remakes that try too much to outshine the original. You shouldn't try to outshine it. Either make a movie that's just as good or don't even bother. I'm talking to you, Psycho. Whoever thought, hey, let's remake Psycho and do it shot for shot, you're probably one of the worst filmmakers in history. That was just a terrible decision to do to one of my favorite movies, and I don't think I'll be able to forgive you. Sorry. But Rob Zombie's Halloween was a great remake, not his sequel. The second one was garbage, but part one, amazing movie. Friday the 13th remake, awful. Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, actually good. I don't think that they needed to prequel that bad boy, but the first one with Jessica Biel was a nice remake. Child's Play got a bad rap because we all stand true to tradition and wanted it to be Brad Dourif voicing the doll again, and we don't like that it took the AI approach, but it was actually one of the strongest remakes I've seen in a long time. So give it a watch. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and be excellent to each other. Oh, Sorry. Before I sign off, I forgot one more bad boy. I'm also working on a video that is linking Married with Children and Modern Family to be part of the same world, and how they tie in together is actually really awesome. So like I said, I'll post that video tomorrow. Be excellent to each other and party on, dudes.